Welcome to Earworm English. Today's video, Eid ul-Fitr, Connecting Hearts Worldwide, celebrates the end of Ramadan with gratitude, generosity, and community spirit. Join us as we explore how diverse traditions unite us with universal messages of appreciation and peace. Before we dive in, hit like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Watch till the end for inspiring insights and language tips. Let's get started.
Imagine this, all right. You wake up and the first thing that hits you is that smell,
Yeah.
that unmistakable smell of like fresh sweets baking, wafting through the air.
Yeah.
As you step out, there's this buzz,
Yeah.
almost like a tangible warmth in the air. Everyone's dressed in their best, smiles everywhere, greetings of peace and happiness. You get that feeling of excitement, of something special. Well, that's just a glimpse into the world of Eid ul-Fitr.
It's like a sensory explosion almost, isn't it? And it marks this huge moment, the end of Ramadan, the month of fasting and reflection, observed by Muslims all over the world. So today, for you listening, we're diving deep into Eid ul-Fitr. It's called the Festival of Breaking the Fast, and we're going to uncover its true meaning and significance.
Exactly. And while it's deeply rooted in faith, the core of Eid is something universal, It's about the power of community, the impact of just being kind, and that feeling of starting fresh. It resonates with everyone, no matter your background.
That's so important to remember. Ramadan, the lead up to Eid, it's more than just not eating right. It's about discipline, gratitude, empathy, and kind of pushing away negativity. It's like a spiritual reset, prepping for the joy that comes with Eid.
So today's deep dive is all about understanding those core values of Eid, how they go beyond just religious practices and connect to our everyday lives, our shared human experiences. And one thing that really stands out about Eid is this focus on gratitude and giving, especially with Zakat al-Fitr.
Right. Before the actual celebration, there's this really crucial act of charity. Can you tell us more about what Zakat al-Fitr is all about?
Yeah, so basically it's a donation made right before the Eid prayers. And the purpose is simple but beautiful, to make sure everyone in the community, no matter their financial situation, can share in the joy of Eid. It's making sure everyone can celebrate, even those facing hardship.
What's so powerful is the message behind it, right? True happiness isn't just about what you get, but what you give. It's a pretty profound concept.
It really is. And you can probably relate to this in your own life. Think about a time you shared something, maybe a meal, or even just your time and attention, with someone who needed it or appreciated it. Remember that feeling, that warmth, that satisfaction. That's kind of like a mini version of the spirit of Eid. It shows that generosity isn't about being rich. It's about willingness to share, no matter how much you have.
It makes you think. And it's amazing to see how that spirit plays out around the world. It's not just one community celebrating the same way.
You're right. Eid ul-Fitr is celebrated globally. But while those core feelings, that joy, togetherness, and thankfulness are universal, the ways people celebrate, the traditions, it can be so different, so fascinating.
Can you give us some examples, like what would Eid look like in different parts of the world?
Okay, imagine you're in Turkey during Eid. Families come together for this special big breakfast. And then a big tradition is visiting relatives, especially elders, who give blessings and gifts to the younger ones. It's all about strengthening family ties and showing respect.
That sounds so heartwarming, that connection between generations. What about somewhere completely different?
Okay, picture Indonesia. In the days leading up to Eid, there's this beautiful sight. Streets are decorated with lanterns, creating this festive, joyful atmosphere. And food, of course, is central. Families prepare these huge feasts with all kinds of traditional Indonesian dishes to share with loved ones and neighbors.
Lantern-lit streets, delicious food. It sounds so vibrant. And then there's Africa, right? With its own unique celebrations.
Yeah, in many parts of Africa, you'll see these massive community prayers held in open fields. It's a powerful display of unity and faith. And afterwards, the celebrations really kick off. Music, traditional dances, all sorts of festivities that bring everyone together.
It's incredible how these universal feelings manifest in such different, culturally rich ways. And even in places where Muslims are a minority, that spirit of sharing and peace shines through, as our sources point out.
Absolutely. People exchange sweets and gifts with colleagues and neighbors. They invite friends from all backgrounds to share meals. It really highlights the inclusivity of Eid, that emphasis on building connections and goodwill.
Which brings us to this key idea, right? That beyond its religious context, Eid ul-Fitr represents values that are universal, values that can connect all of us, regardless of our faith or background.
Exactly. If you think about it, many global celebrations share these common threads, like take Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Diwali. Different origins, different rituals, but those themes of family, gratitude, and community outreach are often there, as our sources highlight.
It's like we're all speaking the same language of human connection, just with different accents. Eid, with its focus on forgiveness, love overcoming differences, and sharing food as a way to connect, really emphasizes these fundamental human desires, this desire for peace and belonging.
What's really interesting is how much those themes resonate across cultures.
Yeah.
That idea of a fresh start, letting go of past hurts, sharing a meal, they're so fundamental to being human, to our well-being.
So even for someone who doesn't personally celebrate Eid, there are valuable lessons and things you can actually apply in your own life just from understanding its core values.
Exactly. So think about this, listeners. How can you bring a bit of that Eid spirit into your everyday life? It's not about big gestures, but those small, conscious actions.
Can you give us some concrete examples, things people can actually do?
Sure. One simple but powerful thing is to take a moment each day to appreciate the good things in your life, big or small. It's about actively cultivating gratitude, which is so central to Eid. Another idea is to reach out to someone who might be lonely. A phone call, a message. Those small gestures can mean a lot. Think about a time someone did that for you, how much it meant.
Those are such meaningful, simple actions. And then there's sharing, right? Think about that last time you shared a meal with someone and the conversation, the connection that came with it.
Right, and sharing isn't always about material things. It could be sharing your time, your skills, even just a kind word or a smile. Those little acts of generosity, they embody the spirit of Zakat al-Fitr.
It all comes back to that core feeling, right? That feeling that Eid cultivates, that sense of belonging, deep gratitude, and that simple human joy of connecting with others.
Absolutely. And that brings us to that greeting you hear so often, Eid Mubarak.
It's more than just a greeting, isn't it?
It is. It's a beautiful phrase. Eid Mubarak basically means blessed Eid. It's a wish for peace, happiness, and prosperity for everyone, no matter who they are or what they believe.
So even if you don't celebrate Eid yourself, that sentiment, that wish for peace and happiness in the world is something we can all connect with and even participate in through our actions.
Exactly. Maybe this year you feel inspired to connect with Eid in some way. Learn about its traditions, accept an invitation to share a meal with someone celebrating, or just try to spread a bit more kindness in your own community.
All right, now it's time for the vocabulary segment. Just 2 words, but they hold the true spirit of Eid. Let's go. First up, gratitude, the feeling of appreciation for the blessings around us. Imagine sitting with your family after Eid prayers, sharing a warm meal. You take a deep breath and say, I'm so grateful for this day, for my family, and for everything we have. That's gratitude, pausing to appreciate the moments that truly matter. Now, the second word is 80, the little gift that brings big smiles. A child excitedly runs up to their elders, eyes full of hope. Where's my ID? Grandma laughs, hands over a crisp bill, and just like that, pure happiness. It's a small gesture, but it spreads so much joy. So there you have it, gratitude and ID. One reminds us to appreciate, the other reminds us to share joy. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me, what's the best ID you've ever received? Drop it in the comments. All right, vocabulary segment done. Back to the video.
And here's something to really think about. In a world that feels so divided sometimes, Eid ul-Fitr is this powerful reminder of the values we all share. The joy, the gratitude, the giving, the connection. So for you listening, maybe take a moment to reflect on what these values mean in your life, in your community. What small steps can you take to embrace them?
It's a really interesting thing to consider.
It is.
And I think, with that, we've really kind of touched upon the heart of what this celebration is all about.
Yeah.
It's not just about the rituals. It's about the spirit,
Yeah, it's about the spirit. It's about what it makes you feel.
Exactly. So until next time, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you for listening.